Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg here from the Kindergarten Smorgasbord, and today we're going to be showing you how easy it is to set up and use ESGI to assess your students in a one-on-one setting. So if you have followed our Facebook page or Instagram or read the blog, you've probably heard us talk about ESGI as my number one must-have classroom tool. ESGI is an online one-on-one assessment tool that will save you about 400 hours in your assessments. It's done one-on-one, so the way it works is the student sits with you looking at your screen for most of the tests. For some tests you might not want them to look at your screen, and as they give you the answers you're clicking yes and no. When you're done, it generates instant data, it gives you instant parent letters, personalized flashcards, gives you all kinds of instant reports that you can use to help drive your instruction. So we're going to show you how to set it up, how to create your test, and then we're going to walk you through a couple of assessments to show you how easy it is, and then we'll show you some of the reports that you can use. So if you're interested in ESGI, you can go to ESGISoftware.com. You can use the code SMORGIE, S-M-O-R-G-I-E, to sign up for your 60-day free trial, and that code SMORGIE will save you $40 off of your subscription price. So when we're finished here, if you want to go sign up and try your free trial, use that code SMORGIE. Trust me, after you try it for 60 days, you're going to want to sign up and get it for the rest of the school year, because it truly is an incredible piece of software and a classroom must-have. So when you go to ESGISoftware.com, this is exactly what it looks like. So you would either log in or create a username or an account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I have it set to the 2017-2018 school year. And so it says to begin testing, add students. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come right over here on the left where it says add. So we're going to create some students.
I'm going to turn this off because you can't see that.
I'm going to turn the light on.
Probably better if it's just that.
Alright, so we put in the first name, the last name, and then male or female, primary language, and then if student ID is not required, and then click save. Alright, and then if I want to add more students, I'll just click add. So we'll add Butters. Alright, primary English, since dog is not a language, we'll pick English for Butters. Alright, we'll come over here and we'll add another student. We'll put in Lulu. She's a female, and we'll leave her primary language as English. So that's how you add students to your class to assess them. So once you have that done, next you're going to want to have some assessments. So the great thing about ESGI is there are hundreds of pre-made assessments, including all of my assessments for ABC Bootcamp, Number Bootcamp, Word Family Bootcamp. All of our bootcamp curriculum assessments are in ESGI, ready to go, and you can create your own assessments. So now you want to add some tests. So what you do is you go up here to the top where it says Test Explorer. So you click on Test Explorer and it's going to bring this page up. So you can come over here and filter the kind of test. You can search by content, by author. You can click right here where it says District Tests, and those that will show you any test that has been created by a teacher in your district. So if you're looking for a specific test for your district, that's how you can find them. Alright, so I'm going to go down here and click on my name, and we'll do ELA. So it's going to pull up all of my assessments. So you can scroll through and find the one you want. And then you can click on it, and it looks like that. And then
do you want to take questions as we go, or are you going to wait until you kind of go through the...
Let's go through it and then we'll do some questions, alright? So you can find tests that way, alright? So, right here where it says Organize Subjects, you click that and this will bring up all of your subject tabs. And when you hover over them, you see the little pencil. That will allow you to edit those tabs so you can change them, add more, delete them, change their names. So, let's say in math, we want to add a test. So I'm in the Math tab. So you can see I've got 4 assessments already in that tab, so I'm going to go down here to click Add a Test. All test, let's say, I'm going to do my tests. And let's say I want to add subtraction boot camp, so I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to click Add to Subject. And there it is. All right. So that's how you add a test to your subjects. So you just go up here to Organize Subjects, and you can organize your subjects, add and delete tests for each subject. All right. So that's how you add tests. Let's go back. So this is what your class summary page looks like. So this is where you're going to have all of your students listed. If you've created groups, they're going to show up here. All of your subjects are here. Over here you've got all of the reports. All right. So this is the way it works. So I'm going to assess Jason on his uppercase letters. So what I want to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click Jason. So that's going to bring up this page. So this would be all of the data just for Jason. So if I wanted to print a parent letter, I could print his parent letter. If I wanted to print flashcards, I could print his flashcards. All right. So we're going to test Jason on his uppercase letters.
Oh my.
So this is what the testing screen looks like. And you can see right here where it says yes, no. That's how easy ESGI is. So in my classroom, I would be sitting at my table, or a lot of times I actually sit on the floor with the kids and use my iPad, because ESGI works very, very well on the iPad. So it can work on a laptop, a desktop computer, an iPad. So for this test, of course, they need to see the letter. So the child would be sitting right next to me looking at the screen.
Can't see me.
Can't see
I'm
me.
zoomed in on the
So
screen.
pretend that Jason is sitting here looking at the screen, and we're going to go through his test. So I would say to him, tell me the name of this letter.
Y.
Tell me the name of this letter.
Q.
Tell me the name of this letter.
C.
Tell me the name of this letter.
E.
Tell me the name of this letter.
N.
Tell me the name of this letter.
F.
Tell me the name of this letter.
X.
Tell me the name of this letter.
N.
Tell me the name of this letter.
L.
Tell me the name of this letter.
H.
Tell me the name of this letter.
L.
Tell me the name of this letter.
J.
Tell me the name of this letter.
Q.
Tell me the name of this letter.
S.
Tell me the name of this letter.
U.
Tell me the name of this letter.
B.
Tell me the name of this letter.
G.
Tell me the name of this letter.
K.
Tell me the name of this letter.
T.
Tell me the name of this letter.
A.
Tell me the name of this letter.
P.
Tell me the name of this letter.
W.
Tell me the name of this letter.
V.
Tell me the name of this letter.
O.
Tell me the name of this letter.
V.
Tell me the name of this letter.
D.
Boom, and we're done. And so you saw it took less than a minute to do all of his uppercase letters, and immediately this pops up and gives me his data. So I know that he got 19 letters right, which is 73%. So he knows 73% of his uppercase letters. You also heard me giving the directions for each letter. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. For a lot of my kids, they get used to how the testing works with ESGI, and so I don't have to give them directions. After the first couple, they just start doing it automatically. I normally just give a couple of seconds with the letters and sounds. If they don't know it in a couple of seconds, it's a no and we move on. So that's how easy it is to assess. You saw how quickly that went, and immediately this pops up. So I can see this, the student sees this, so they'll know, they quickly understand that they're wanting that whole circle to be green. So that's what it would look like, and then it shows that Jason was tested.
At least I passed.
You did, very good job.
Woo woo.
And then we would talk about, their results, what can we do to learn more letters, those kinds of things. And if you click on all students, it'll actually show you the percentage of all of your students who know their letters. So right now, 24% of the students know their uppercase letters. So let's do another one. Let's do Lulu. Lulu, we're going to see if Lulu knows her lowercase letters. And I'll show you a trick. So you see the yes, no down here on the screen? And so you saw me clicking with my mouse. You can actually use the arrow keys on your keyboard. So the arrow that points to the left is yes. The arrow that points to the right is no. Just like they're laid out on the screen. All right, so this time I'm going to use the arrows and we're going to go through your Lulu is going to tell us her lowercase letters. All right, so this time I'm not going to give the directions for each letter just at the beginning. All right, are you ready, Lulu?
Yes.
Tell me the name of this letter.
V.
Tell me the name of this letter.
N. O. Q. U. J. T. R. K. Y. G. M. Z. D. W. C. I. H. L. B. S. F. P. E. X. A.
Good job, Lulu. You knew all of your lowercase letters. And so you see again it popped up. Again, you see how fast that went. It took less than a minute to go through her lowercase letters. All right, and so now Lulu has 100% of her lowercase letters. And now we can go back to all students and we can see the results for all of our students. You can also look at the history of the students. So there won't be history on here now, but so this is kind of the baseline. So this is where Jason started. And as we go through our ABC boot camp, hopefully this line goes up pretty quickly. So what I like about this is that the kids understand their circle map and they really understand their history. They really like to see that line going up. So it provides lots of opportunities for us to have some great conversations with our kids about how they're doing, things we can do to make that line go up. So now we're going to send Jason's parents a letter. So let me go back. Oh, that's what I wanted. Sorry. All right, there we go. So over here we've got class totals, item analysis, parent letters, flashcards, pie charts, untested students. So I'm going to click on parent letter. And it gives you lots of options. So you can edit what the parent letter says. You can print the parent letter for the whole class or just for one student. You can select the test that you want to show up. So I'm going to show the parent letter for Jason. So this is what it looks like. And it basically just says, this is the tests that we did for your child. It says these are the ones they got correct. These are the ones that they got wrong. And so you can send that, you can download it as a Word file, as a PDF file. You can print right from here. And then let's say I want to see the flashcards. So you can actually print personalized flashcards for Jason. So he can take these home and work on the letters that he missed. So very easy to assess, instant data, and then provides you a great way to communicate with the families, and it provides the families a tool to practice at home. All right. We can close out Jason. So now I want to show you some of the reports that you can do. Actually, let's stop right here and see if there are any questions about the assessment part before we move on.
We've got several questions.
Okay.
Let me scroll back here to the beginning. I teach special education. My kids have many different levels, goals, and objectives. Can there be different tests for each kids and the level they are on and the individual needs they have?
Yes, I think you would have to create an assessment for each child. Would be the way to do that.
Okay. When you set their primary language, does it give the assessment in that language?
I don't know. Let's find out. I don't think it does, but we'll see. So we'll set it to Spanish. Save. All right. Go back to pie charts. So let's give me a test. And no, it's, I think.
Would it change the letter?
I think it changes the letter. Let's see. So I did my test. I didn't know my letters very well. I better practice. So let's do a parent letter for me and show for Greg. And yeah, so by setting the primary language, it translates the parent letter, which is amazing. All right.
Okay. How do you share assessments?
So once you create an assessment, it is automatically shared with your district unless you choose not to share that assessment. And then that's the only way you can share them. They're shared only with your district if you create it. So once you create it, it's automatically shared with your district unless you choose to hide it from your district or to hide it and not allow it to be shared.
What's the best deal they offer for a 1-year subscription?
Use the code SMORGY, and that will get you your 60-day free trial, and then that will save you $40 off of the subscription price.
Can pictures be put into an ESGI test?
Yes, and I can show you that. Next, I'll show you how to create an assessment. So I'll show you how to put in some images.
Can you print a report of each test session?
I don't know. I might need more clarification on that question. Let me show you the reports.
And is it timed?
It is not timed unless you want it to be timed. If you wanted to set a timer, you could, but it's not timed. ESGI, the actual assessment itself is not timed.
Does it time within ESGI, or would you have to set your own timer?
You would have to set your own timer on your watch or your phone or something.
Okay. Can you load district-made assessments that are in PDF format?
No, you have. The only way to do assessments in ESGI is to create them within ESGI.
So if you had a PDF assessment, you could go in and make one based off of your PDF.
Yes. Yeah, you just can't upload it and use it. You have to create the assessments in ESGI. Home. We'll go back home. So here we go. So here's some of the reports that you can pull. So this is the class totals reports. So this one will kind of give that person the answer. So you can look at each test session and see how they did. So every time you test, it's going to give you another row of numbers. So 1, 2, 3. So you can track how they're doing with each one.
How many primary languages are there?
English and Spanish.
Okay. And are there pre-made tests for time, money, and calendar information?
I will be making some for money because that's a new standard for us. And I'm sure there are for time and calendar.
Can you search for tests?
Yes, you can search. So you go up here to Test Explorer, and over here you can search by content area, subjects, all kinds of things. So you can search for, so let's see, time. Yep, so there's some tests for time. Let's see, money. Let's do calendar. Yep, there's a calendar test. So yep, they're there. All right.
Jackie Martin wants to know how often you assess.
So we do an literacy assessment and a math assessment every Friday using ESGI. And that's across the grade level, so that's our common formative assessment every Friday. And then with ABC Bootcamp and Number Bootcamp, we'll do it 3 times. So first thing this week, we're going to get them assessed on their letters and sounds and numbers and counting. And then halfway through ABC Bootcamp, so at day 13, they'll get retested. And then at the end of ABC Bootcamp. And then after that, it's every Friday for the CFA, the Common Formative Assessment. And then anytime that I'm teaching a skill or we're working on something and I want to know how the kids are doing, because it's so fast, I can pull out my iPad, and while they're in centers, I can take a few minutes, assess everybody on that skill, and see where we are, and then I can really target my instruction to where we need to go. And speaking of targeting and differentiating your instruction, the item analysis is my favorite report on ESGI. So the item analysis is one of your reports that are over here on the right-hand side. So the item analysis will pull up all of the things that were tested in a certain assessment. So these are the uppercase letters, and it will show you the ones that were missed the most and the ones that were missed the least. So then you can really look at that data and say, oh, well, we really need to work on these letters, or we need to work on these sight words or these numbers. So I use that one a lot to really drive my instruction, to differentiate my instruction. And when I'm doing sight words especially, I look at this report in ESGI, and that's how I determine what sight words go in our centers for the kids to practice. So this is the report that I use the most and the one that I find the most beneficial. And then you can also click down here where it says untested students, and it will tell you who needs to be tested. So it helps you keep track of who got tested and who didn't. All right. Are there any more questions we need to answer before we move on to creating assessments?
Let's see. How do you upload graphics, or can you only use what's in the bank?
I'll show you that now. All right, so now we're going to move on to show you quickly how to create your own assessment. So again, you go to Test Explorer. Let me get rid of this. All right, and then right here at the top, when you clicked on Test Explorer, it says Create New Test. So we're going to click that. So we're going to name the test Money, or we'll say Coin Identification. I'm actually going to call it Money, so if people search for money, they can find it. You can put in a description, you can add standards. Then down here you select the content area, so this would be math, and then you can change the color if you want, and then you can give it an ID if you want. And right here, it says Share with District, and so that's selected, so that means everyone in my district will have access to this test. If I don't want to share it with my district, I just turn that off, and then they can't find it. All right, so we're going to turn that back on. So I'm going to share with my district. We'll click Save. All right, and this is what it looks like. So you're going to click right here to add a question, and it pulls up this screen. Normally it's bigger, but because we're mirroring the display, it's a little smaller. So a lot of people were asking about adding images. So right here, it says Add Image from Gallery. So you can click on that, and ESGI has a library of images that you can use. So you can also click right here on Shared, and that opens up all of the folders that they have.
You can't use your own images, right? You have to use
Yeah,
theirs.
I'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
So these are the ones that ESGI has. Money. So here's money, coin, so I'm going to click on that. And so I'm just going to pick that one, and it's going to drop it in there. And then up here, the question name would be dime. The question name is the answer to whatever the question is. And that's what shows up on the reports. So if you want them to identify the coin, that's a dime, so I'm going to put dime. For the directions, I'll say name this coin. And then if you wanted to add text onto that, you could, but you don't need to. And then over here, you can select the size of the image. All right. And then you're going to hit, you have three options at the bottom. You can save. And if you choose save, it's going to save it, and then it's going to take you right back to this screen so you can add another question. You can save, save question is going to close it and you'll be done. Save question and add another, so it's going to save the question, give you the opportunity to make another question, and then you can close and not save. All right, so we'll do save question and add another. Pops up. I want to add an image, so it's got my coins pulled up. And let's do a penny. All right, so that's a penny. So in the question name, I'm going to write penny because that's the answer. The directions are still there, which is awesome. I love that. So I don't have to re-enter those. And that's it. So I'm going to hit save question and add another. Next we'll do quarter. I'm going to add my image, my quarter. All right. Save question, add another. We'll do the nickel. Add image, there's my nickel. Save question. We'll even do $1. Put in my dollar. All right. And now I'm going to click Save Question right here. And so that's what my test would look like. So if I were to sit down and assess my kids, this is what it would look like. Down here you can reorder the questions. You can even randomize the questions. So that's good if you're doing letters and numbers and counting type things. You don't want them to be in order. So I'm going to come over here and include this in my Math Subject tab. Click Save. And there's my test. All right, so this is what it would look like. All right. So that's how you create an assessment. So let's create another one. So create new assessment. This time we'll do time. All right. So put in a description, content area, it's a math, in the math content area, share with the district, hit save, and this pops up. All right, so then you click add question. So I know people are asking about adding clip art. So here's the way you do it. So when you click add image from the gallery, it pulls up this screen, and right here at the top it says upload new image, and you can choose to upload an image from your computer. The only thing is that the image files have to be incredibly small. So when I uploaded some clip art that I used for some of my assessments, it had to be incredibly small. So I had to go in and resize those clip art pieces to a very, very, very small file size so they would upload. So you can upload your own images and files for your assessments. Just know that when you do it, you need to resize them to a very, very, very small size. And then you would just upload it, and it would show up here, and then you can insert that into your test. All right. So that's how you create your own assessment in ESGI.
Want to see if there's some more questions?
Yeah, let's see if we have any more questions.
Okay. And I know we do. Let me just scroll back here. How long does it take you to assess all of your students on Fridays?
Probably 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how much time between, and depending on what the assessment is.
So 10 to 20 minutes to assess all 20 of your students?
All 20 of my students, 10 to 20 minutes. And again, that might vary depending on how long it takes them to come to my table, or if we get caught between a test or something. But yeah, 10 to 20 minutes. That's the beauty of ESGI, and ESGI saving you 400 hours a year is because it happens that fast. And you saw with the testing, when you go, they're just looking at the picture and identifying the sound, and you're just clicking yes, no. So as fast as they go, you go. And we're done. Like, it really is that fast and that easy. And then it pulls up your data, so that immediately I know that Jason knows just about half of his beginning sounds. And it took me just a couple of seconds to do that. You saw how fast I went. And again, and some of that depends on how fast the kids are identifying or answering the questions. And again, I really only give them a couple of seconds, unless it's a counting one, or they're adding or subtracting, blending some words. I'll give them 4 or 5 seconds. Give them a little more time.
And if they don't know, they just say I don't know, and you just like no and move on.
Well, if they don't know, a lot of times they'll just sit there, and so after that 3 or 4 seconds, you go on.
Okay,
like
so
you don't wait
say
for them
no,
to
they
say
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah. If they don't tell it in a couple of seconds, it's a no.
Okay. Do you know if the book creator feature is available yet? They had previewed that in Vegas.
Book creator. I don't think so.
Catherine, we can reach out to ESGI, or you can reach out to them directly. They will get back to you very quickly.
You know what? And I can say it's not, because I sat down with Greg Gorman, the creator, and he walked me through it. Mm-hmm. So it's something that they're working on.
Okay.
So hopefully, and I'm looking now in here, I don't see it. So it's not available yet, but it will be.
Okay.
It's coming.
From Heidi Lynn, she wants to know how she can get her district to approve this. She's having trouble. She won it at the Elevate Philadelphia conference. She may not be able to use it. Apparently, her district has to approve it because she's using it to assess the kids.
Yeah. Reach out to ESGI, and they can provide you with some guidance. They're very good at that, and that's what they do. So reach out to them. Let them give you some guidance on that. They can help you.
And Catherine, this is was it Catherine? No, Heidi. Heidi, this is Jason. Shoot us an email at kindersmorgy@gmail.com and just explain to me that you were watching this live feed, and I'll get you in touch with someone at ESGI to make sure that they help you out. Or you can go directly to them on their website, and they'll answer you.
Just let them know that you talked to us and we directed them to you. Yeah. But they can help you with that, because that's something that people run into somewhat frequently. In our district, when my principal went to purchase it a couple of years ago for a couple of teachers in our building, we ran into an issue because on the tech side of it, the technology department was having some issues with approving it, and so we had to get it approved. So those are things that ESGI is very good at helping with. So yeah, they can help that.
Okay.
But that's not uncommon, unfortunately.
we do pre-tests and post-tests. Once you test them or pre-test them in one area, can you go back and post-test in the same area or retest?
Absolutely. You can test them as many times as you want. So let's look at Jason again. So
and if you will, but when you do that, go through the flashcards again, because someone just asked about them. I don't know if you had talked about the personalized flashcards.
So we've already tested Jason on his uppercase letters. So that would have been his pre-test. And then over here we clicked on flashcards, and those are his flashcards. So we can
So after you go through the test, then you can get the
yes. So
personalized
you
flashcards.
assess them on whatever the test is, and then you can print their flashcards to go home. So we're going to close that. And it's real easy. It says so right here, flashcards. So when you click on that, you can pick the test that you want the cards to show up for. You can select if you want for the whole class or just for one student. So there they are. And then you can print from here. You can send it to a PDF. You can download the flashcards. So you can even download them and then email them to the parents if you didn't want to have to print them. All right. So testing and retesting. So we've tested Jason once on his uppercase letters, and so now we want to retest him. So you just click test again, and it pulls up this option. So you can test only the incorrect items, so it's only going to test the letters that he missed. Or you can retest all items. And I actually prefer to retest all items. I think it just makes the data a little more consistent. If you're in a big hurry, you can just do the ones that were missed, but I tend to lean towards retesting all items. So let's give Jason another test on his uppercase letters. All right, Jason, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tell me the name of this letter.
Y, R, C, F, M, E, X, N, L, H, I, J, Q, S, U, B, G, K, T, A, P, W, Z, O, V, D.
Good job, Jason. You got them all right.
Woo!
All that practice has paid off. Look at that.
Thank
Your
you, Mr.
whole
Greg.
circle is green, and you got 100%.
Go me.
Way to go. All right, so then the graph will change based on the new data. So then you can click on the history. And now he has a history line. So this was his first test, and that was his second test. And of course, if you had more tests, the line would continue to go on. And then up here, you can kind of change the period of the line. Then you can click on details, and it will tell you what he got correct, what he got incorrect. And then you can actually look here, and you can look at all the times that you've tested someone. So I can go back to his first test and see that he got all of these right, he got all of these wrong. Or I can go back to today's test. Oh, and look at that, he got them all right. So you can analyze the data that way. And it'll tell you how many times he's been tested, and it tells you how long the test took also. So it's not timed, like as far as like you have a minute and it's done, but it does keep track of how long the test goes. Yeah. And then you can go back to that item analysis, and it's going to look a little different now because we've done some more testing, so we can see how we're doing in our class. And you can change it over here to least known, most known, alphabetical order. And down here you can change, so those are the lowercase letters that we know. These are the beginning sounds. These are the identifying the beginning sounds.
So if someone wants to see all of the tests that you have created, say they're using your ABC Bootcamp, Number Bootcamp, things like that, and they want to use the tests that you've created, how can they do that?
So if you want to see all of the tests that I've created and the tests that I will continue to create, when you go to ESGISoftware.com, you go to their homepage. Right here, it says Friends of ESGI. You click on that, and there I am. And that brings up my page. And then you can click right here to view my tests. And so those are all of my tests. And then if you want to add my assessments, so I'm going to log back in. All right, so let's say you want to add my test. So you click Test Explorer, and it pulls up this list. So we're going to click organize. Let's see. I don't know if you can do it from here or not. I've never tried it. It may not let me because this is my test. So you would click on the test, and then you can put it in. Let's see. That would be. We'll call that reading. So you can click reading, and now that's going to show up in my reading tab. So click organize subjects and come over here to reading, and there it is.
Can you do that one more time? That was kind of confusing.
Yeah, so let me go back out of this and start over. So you pull this up, so you're going to click on Test Explorer.
And they can do this with anyone's test. DD,
Oh yeah, anybody. Yeah, this
anybody's
is for any
test.
test in ESGI. So Test Explorer. Let me get this. Sorry, that should not be there. Go away. Go away. Did our internet die?
It's storming. So.
Comcast may not let us do that. I don't know why it won't clear that out. Go away. Let's try this. Alright, so
you're going to log into your account.
So log in, and then it'll always pull up to this screen when you log in. So it pulls up your class summary. This is what it looks like. So you want to click Test Explorer. So you can do it several different ways. So you can go right here where it says my name. You click on those. It will show you all of my assessments, and you can add those. You can come over here and you can search by author. So you can put in my name. Type it. And there are all of my assessments. And then these are all the tests that ESGI has. So that's how you would find all of my tests. You can search by name, or you can click on Test Explorer, and it will pull up. Hey, I didn't do it that time. So those are all the tests. You can search by content, do it by name. So the easiest two ways to find my test are to search by my name or to click on that Friends of ESGI, and they pull up.
And can you show how to add it to your own again?
Yep, so to add it, you go to Organize Subjects. So it pulls this up, so you have all of your tabs. So we'll do math. And down here you can click Add a Test.
And then they just find the one they want.
Yep. And you can search by keyword. You can search your own test for your district, or the test gallery. You can search by content area, or you can search by author. And so when you start typing my name in, it automatically pulls up my tests. So you click my name. There they are. So we want to add greater than, less than, and you click Add to Subject. So it's really, really easy. So you would go to Organize Subjects, Add a Test. You can search for my name. Select the test that you want, click Add to Subject, and there it is.
Do you have any assessments where the students have to write?
We do their name writing at the beginning of the year, and again, because ESGI is a yes/no system, writing is kind of hard. You can do it. Let me see. We also do like concepts of print. So do they know the author of the book? Do they know the illustrator? Can they find the front cover? So as long as you can make it into a yes/no type situation, yes, they can put a period at the end of the sentence. Yes, they capitalized the first letter. Yes, they wrote, the CBC words. So you can do writing. It's an added step in there, but it will work.
If I create a test, can my coworkers search my name to find it?
As long as they're in your district, yes.
Can I put my regular class and my RTI class? We switch every day for RTI and I have a different group of students.
So what you end up doing is you create a group. So you would put all of your students in right here where it says students, and then you go right here to groups, and you would create a group. And so you could put those you would name it, RTI group, and then you would just, let's say I want Lulu in my RTI group, and then I'll save it, go back, and so now I have a group. So there's my RTI group.
Shaughnessy said that you have to submit a request to ESGI to share a test with your colleagues. She said we emailed and they linked me and my grade level person.
I'm not. I don't. Within the district, I thought everybody had access to the district assessments, as long as they're in the same district.
Could you progress monitor student progress on their IEP goals?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a yes/no type system, so if you could set up the assessments to test those goals as yes/no type questions.
Can you search for tests by teachers in other districts?
No.
Only if they're a friend
Only
of ESGI,
yes. So
right?
only your district, and only the Friends of ESGI tests are available to everyone. So if my coworker Julie she created a sight word assessment, that's available to me because we're in the same district, but it's not available to my friend Alicia, who's in the next district over.
Do you pay to use other people's tests, or does that come with the subscription?
With the subscription, everything is included. So when you pay your subscription, it's all inclusive. You get everything.
All right. Any other questions? Do you have anything else that you want to show?
I don't think so. I think we went through it all. Parent letters, flashcards. You can look at the pie charts. You can actually even print the pie charts if you wanted to print those to send home. We showed that, showed the groups, your classes.
So if someone wants to sign up for ESGI, what do they do?
Alright, so to sign up, you simply go to ESGIsoftware.com. It looks like this. You can watch a fun video from my school. And so you're just going to sign up, create your account. When you create your account, it's going to ask you for a promo code, and that code is SMORGIE. SMORGIE, SMORGIE. That will give you a 60-day free trial, and it will save you $40 off of your subscription price. So you only, and like, if you enter it that code at the beginning, you're good to go. So just enter the code, get your free trial, and at the end of that trial, when you decide to get your subscription, you get the $40 off as well. So ESGIsoftware.com, create your account, use the code SMORGIE, and that will get you your 60-day free trial, and it will save you your $40 off of the subscription price. Let's say your school or your district or your county is going to buy it for you and your team. Two things. Make sure they use the code and they reach out to ESGI, because ESGI will do bundled pricing for schools and districts, but sometimes using the code SMORGIE is a better deal than the bundle pricing. So make sure that if your district is purchasing it or your school is purchasing it, that you get a quote from ESGI and you use the code SMORGIE to get the best price. Sometimes the bundled price from ESGI is better. Sometimes the code SMORGIE is better. So make sure you get both prices and always use the code SMORGIE, even if your school is paying for it.
So when most people are purchasing, are they purchasing to create their own assessments, or are they purchasing to use other people's assessments that are already made?
I would probably, ESGI might know more specifically, but I'm guessing a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of things, letters, that's pretty straightforward. Sounds, pretty straightforward. Numbers, counting, those things are all pretty straightforward. Sight words, those have to be created on your own, because everybody's sight word lists are different. So I think it's a combination of using the pre-made assessments and then creating some of your own.
Will it save your previous class's info?
Yep, so I can show you that. So you log in, and you go right up here to the top, right here, and it has the year. So you click on the year, and so it actually has all of mine that I've used ESGI, so they're all there. So I can go back and look at last year's, and it just hits switches and it pops me over to last year's data. So yeah, it'll save the previous years, and then you can switch back to your current data.
Do you use this for your report cards?
Yes. Now does not take the place of the report card. We still have to fill in the report card, but this is how we do most of our report card assessment. And I will say, with report card assessment, I can assess all of my kids on all of their report card skills and standards in one day and have my report card assessment done. And again, that's the beauty of ESGI, is that time saving. So you can sit down and assess your kids in just a matter of a couple of minutes, a few minutes, and be done and moved on. And you get that instant data. So you've got the assessment, you've got that data, and you can, the next day or even that same day, you can really shift your instruction as needed based on how the kids are doing, how they're responding. So it can almost be constant differentiation, constant retargeting of your instruction, because you can, if you wanted, you could assess each day because it goes so quickly. So that's the beauty of ESGI, is that it really is click, click, done, as they say, and it'll save you about 400 hours.
And how much is ESGI?
It's $199 per teacher per year. And with the code SMORGY, that'll save you $40.
Off your first subscription,
Yes.
your first year.
Yeah, off the first year. So I know it's a big number, but trust me when I say it is worth every penny. The amount of time that it saves you with assessment and data collection, with those reports, the parent communication, parent conferences. I sit here and I have ESGI pulled up, and we walk through how they're doing. I can show them their history. We can talk about things that they need to do. So $199, but it's worth every single penny and then some.
And so it's purchased either individually, some schools purchase it, and some districts purchase it, right?
So yep. So and what we always tend to recommend to teachers is use the code SMORGY, sign up for your 60-day free trial, show your colleagues, show your administration what you can do with it, how easy it is, all of the data that you collect, all of those reports, and that usually will sell them on getting it at the school level. And then that once the school level is using it, then that kind of sells the districts on it. And I know if your district is interested, they can reach out to ESGI, and ESGI can work with them.
Let's see if there's anything else.
And I know right now they're running a contest. If you sign up between now and, is it September?
I don't have the rules in this.
So if you sign up now, from now through September, they're giving away Amazon gift cards as well. So use your code SMORGY, get your 60-day free trial, then that'll save you $40 off of your subscription. And if you get entered, if you get signed up in August or September, you can get entered for a chance to win an Amazon gift card from ESGI.
And the 90-day trial that they did a while back, that deal is over,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a 60-day trial. Yep.
Let's see, there was something else back here I wanted to ask you really quick before we go. So Dina said that she used ESGI last year, but she didn't the year before. Would she qualify for the 40% discount, or would she have to pay the $199? You'd have to pay the $199 because it's only good for one trial.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the code only works for one trial for 1 year. So if you've used ESGI in the past, that code won't work.
I wouldn't imagine that it would. Feel free to reach out to ESGI if you want and ask them.
Or even just try it. Just put the code in and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in asking or trying. But we just know that what we've been told is it's good for your first year only.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's all.
All right. So ESGIsoftware.com. You can sign up for your 60-day free trial using the code SMORGY. That will get you that 60-day free trial, and that code SMORGY will save you $40 off of the cost of your subscription. So if you're watching this replay later, and you have more questions, you can comment, you can reach out to ESGI. We also have a YouTube video kind of explaining ESGI, walks you through ESGI, and they have a great customer service team, so they can help you also. So ESGIsoftware.com, click done, save yourself 400 hours when it comes to data collection and assessment, and make your life so much easier. And use the code SMORGY to get your 60-day free trial and save yourself $40 off of your subscription price. All right, thanks everybody.